Hello, Vortex. I just thought that I would take a moment to rant once again. Don't you love these moments? I was just thinking about how much it annoys me whenever people try to tell me what my experience is. It's like when people tell me that I should memorize my jokes, or I should just do the same exact thing that all of the other pretend comedians do, because they have no idea that I have disorganized schizophrenia, so it's like almost impossible for me to memorize anything because I get distracted and there's just a lot going on. Now, not only is that invalidating when people try to tell me what I should do with my stage performance, but it's also pretty invalidating when people tell me that I don't even have schizophrenia and I should just stop labeling myself. Here's what you people don't understand. This world, all they do is label, okay? This world's obsessed with labels. See, identity politics, okay? All the people do is label themselves, label other people, call people racist, call people homophobic or transphobic or whatever the fuck. It's because people can't have ideas about anything anymore. We're not allowed to just make statements. Those statements must be put in boxes and packaged and sold to all of our friends on social media, okay? If you can even call them friends. There are people that watch my YouTube channel. I would consider y'all to be my friends. Even family, really, because y'all see me when nobody sees me. You know, like, y'all see me in ways that nobody else has seen me before. So congratulations for that. Congratulations that you're able to stomach all this shit. But anyway, I understand why people don't want me to label myself these things because of the stigma, especially surrounding schizophrenia. But the reason why it's so stigmatized is because of this, because people are so quick to just point the finger and they say, oh, well, you're schizophrenic because you're saying something that sounds crazy. You're too thinky outside the boxy for me, therefore you must be paranoid. You must be paranoid. You need help. You need treatment. As if that's what any of those pieces of shit do in a mental institution. The reason why they fill your head with electricity is because they don't know what else to do. Like, that should tell you something right there. They're pumping people full of electricity because they're so useless at their fucking job. I mean, it's just hilarious, really. But if you think about it, all the medication that people take willingly, it's essentially doing the same thing. It's wiping them clean of any kind of conscience, of any awareness of what's actually happening to them. I mean, it's very disturbing to me because I've seen this reality. I've noticed it for quite some time now, and I try to warn people about it. I try to help people get off of these medications. But, you know, people, I don't think it's necessarily just the victim mentality, because I do think that a lot of people experience symptoms of what they call depression, symptoms of what they call anxiety, whatever the fuck they label bipolar disorder. I'm pretty sure that a lot of these people actually have a lot of those symptoms, but if you try to tell them, yeah, that there are other alternatives for you, like you can maybe just accept the fact that you're not always, positive and happy and shit. It's like people can't handle just being uncomfortable. People can't handle just being sad about anything, or just feeling a little bit trepidation about, living in this fucking world. Like, what if you're just in this world and you don't want to be in this world? And so your depression is your way of, not accepting this world. I'm always looking for alternative ways of approaching psychological problems rather than just going along with the modern world, because the modern world doesn't care if you commit suicide, and that's really fucked up. So for a lot of people that they've seen me really upset, they've seen me cry a lot, and they're like, you can't possibly be enjoying your life, you can't possibly want to feel this way. And they try to get me to get on medication that either makes me kill myself or develop diabetes, because that's their way of showing that they care. And I just really hate these people with a passion. I know that they mean well, but I still fucking hate them, because they're part of the problem. They're the reason why so many people commit suicide. They're the reason why so many people commit acts of violence against their loved ones. It's because these pieces of shit, they don't know anything about mental health. And so they're just taking the advice of doctors that also don't know anything about mental health. And they're doing this because of the social structure, because they don't know any better. These are the same motherfuckers that couldn't wait to go get their you-know-what from you-know-who, you-know-why. I can't even talk about these things anymore because it just fucking depresses me so much. Like, I want to live in a world where eugenics isn't real, okay? But anyway, it's very frustrating when you tell people what your experience is and they don't fucking listen to you, but they're going to tell you what your experience is. They're going to tell you what you've been undergoing your entire life. It's just because it makes them uncomfortable to think of you a certain way. Now they can label you. Other people can label you. They can tell you what you have and what you don't have. But you're not going to tell them. Hell no, you're not going to tell them that you're schizo. You're not going to tell them that when you drink, you turn into a raging alcoholic. You have any idea like how many people I tried to tell and they didn't fucking believe me? And then I relapsed. I made them all bite their fucking tongues. Mainly because I inconvenienced them. Watching me drink put them in an uncomfortable position. Isn't that hilarious? Oh hey, here's that rain. Here's that rain that was promised to us by our ever so reliable news media. Isn't this awesome? I'm just gonna drive real fucking slow. Every single person that works for the news media is going to burn in hell. That's the only thing that comforts me during these trying times. I just think about all the pieces of shit that work for USA Today burning in hell. And it makes me smile. I know I shouldn't be smiling about that. I should pray for those that work for USA Today. And I should say, God, please help them to see the light. Please help them to stop working for this horrible newspaper. But I'm too angry to send that kind of a prayer. Anyway, I was saying something so important about how invalidated I've been my entire life based off of my mental illness. Now, the reason why I do the quotations isn't because I don't believe that mental illness is real, okay? Mental illness is definitely real. It's just not what they say it is. They love to say that things are a lot of things that they're not, okay? Mainly because they know that the public is stupid and doesn't do their own private research. And they just go along with whatever they're told to go along with. And all these pieces of shit are on medication. It just makes me so angry thinking about all the creativity, all the brilliant minds that have been completely squandered by doctors, okay? And by loved ones. All because these loved ones can't handle our silly ideas about the world. Like, this world makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm allowed to have this opinion about it, considering how I've been treated. Now, I don't mean to sound like a victim playing attention-seeking loser here, okay? But anybody that has a very Arthur Fleck kind of experience, you know, we want to shit on the world, and that's totally fine because the world has done nothing but shit on us. So we're gonna shit right back. And our diarrhea doodoo, well, it's legit, okay? Like, the world shits on us because we see it as it truly is. And it's so much easier, you know, to just point the finger at us crazy people over here and say that we're the problem because we don't trust pharmaceuticals and we don't trust people in lab coats that have no idea what the hell they're talking about. It's like I've conversed with enough medical professionals and whenever they get backed into a corner, they admit real quick that they really don't know what the hell they're doing. And they apologize to my ass because they know that I know more than they do. And that's the thing, like, how would you possibly trust somebody that doesn't even understand their own profession? That's like trusting a plumber, giving a plumber a fuck ton of money, and your undying trust. You're relying on this plumber to fix your damn toilet. They never fixed your toilet. There's still shit coming up, and you keep making excuses for them and rehiring them and telling them to come back. Okay? That's fucking society. That's how stupid society is. Anyway, I think that's enough ranting for one video, but anybody that has any kind of mental illness or what society deems mental illness, and you have to deal with a bunch of pieces of shit in your family telling you that, oh, you gotta take medication, and it's like all these people that are whining about that shot and the mandates and shit. Welcome to my fucking world, bitch. Welcome to my world. It's like, now you get it. Now you understand what they've been doing to mentally ill people for a long, long time. Not that you give a shit about us. But remember that saying, like, giving somebody a taste of their own medicine? Do you get that saying now? It was always about pharmaceuticals. But, you know, people just don't have empathy. They really don't. And a lot of people, they think that empathy is a weakness because they think it's like siding with people that'll take advantage of you. And I get all that. You don't have to explain that one to me. Okay, I used to be an alcoholic and a drug addict, so I understand that. That's why, you know, you have to use precaution when you help people. That's why I had to kick those people out of my house, because I realized that I wasn't actually helping them. But, you know, I think that I'm easy to manipulate because I do care for other people, and, you know, I've been that fuck up and that failure and that piece of shit drug addict, so it's like, you know, I try to be like understanding based off of my past experience. But, you know, it's really important to recognize, like, what's the best possible way that I can help somebody. Sometimes the best possible way you can help somebody is to kick them to the curb. Okay, that happened with me, and I was really mad at the friend of mine that did this, but he was absolutely right. And I changed my behavior. You know, I quit drinking for good. I haven't had a drink in like over 10 years now. So, go him. Go him for making the really hard decision and pissing me off and upsetting me and making me talk a bunch of shit about him because, you know, I was a failure and I was a fuck up. But I've been taking advantage of him and his girlfriend, you know. I've been taking advantage of them. I've been manipulating them. I've been fucking stealing shit. You know? It's like they had every right to not trust me and to treat me the way that they treated me. So, it's like I can't help but notice that it's always like pieces of shit that they want you to cater to them, and they don't understand like why you don't trust them and why you don't believe them when they're like, I'm really clean. I'm really gonna do what I've been saying I'm gonna do for the past several years, and I've never done it. You know, I'm really gonna do that this time. Promise, 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 promise.